Welcome back to Straight Talk Africa, live from Washington on the Voice of America. It's time to bring in our colleague and social media reporter, Mariama Diallo. Hello, Mariama.
Well, hello, Shaka, and thank you for having me once again. It was a big week for us on the social media front. We have over 10,000 hits on our Facebook page, with hundreds of comments from our audience responding to this week's question of the week. So let's begin. Our first comment comes from a Straight Talk Africa Facebook fan, Buba Emeka, from Enugu State University of Science and Technology in Nigeria. He writes, if possible, let him address the issue of transparency, accountability, and corruption in African politics. Those leaders who cannot build a standard hospital in Africa but can travel abroad for medical checkups should be brought to justice. Shaka, what's your take on this one?
Thank you very much, Mariama. You know, guys, I think it's really your time to weigh into this. This is a very serious issue. You know that there are a lot of African political elite, when they get sick, they are flown overseas on taxpayers' money. When the ordinary African is sick, she or he has nowhere to go.
Well, Shaka, this is why I love to talk about the international financial institutions. The World Bank and IMF have structures in place that actually limit public finance. You know, here in the U.S., the debate is over austerity measures. Let's cut out government spending for everything, from health to education. In Africa, much of the same debate happens, but really, it ends up not impacting policy. So we have to begin to challenge these international institutions that are restricting public finance. You need a role for government in healthcare, providing hospitals that work for the people, providing schools that work for our children. All of this needs public finance, and it needs to happen with support of the international financial institutions.
Well,
What about you, Professor?
Well, I like to chime in. I don't think we can blame this on the World Bank or in the international financial system. Look, it is you need to have governments that sort of work. They're supposed to do certain basic things, like providing health care. And we've seen this across Africa, in a sense that, these ruling elites, when they get sick, they go abroad. Even Julius Nyerere, when they die too, they die in, foreign hospitals and so forth. They have neglected.
Secretary of Guinea actually died here. In Cleveland, Ohio.
They've neglected, infrastructure development. You take, basic things like, social services, clean water, roads, schools, healthcare for their people. They don't,
But the government has been completely decimated. Again, it's not by chance. It's these policies of the institutions that say keep government small, right? It's the same debate happening in the U.S. Keep government small. The Republicans are saying let's cut down the size of government. Let's not spend money on anything. And I think we have to say Africa demands a different way.
We'll come to that. Take it away, Mariam.
Well, we also have another comment from another Facebook fan. Victor Michael is his name, and he's from the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. He writes, President Obama is not our hope. The future of Africa comes from within. If the Westerners come to Africa, they will come for their own interests, Shaka. Africa should unite and stop waiting for the West to democratize and empower you economically.
Thank you very much, Mariam. Again, I'm sorry that I had to cut you short, frankly, but it's only because, my friend, there's no democracy in this studio. When the producer says go, you have to go.
Absolutely.
I hope you'll find some space in your beautiful Liberian heart. Forgive me for that.
Hey, always.
How do you react to that?
Well, no, clearly, Africa has to determine its own future. We say that time and time again. It is critical for people to make demands on their rulers, to choose their rulers freely, and then to hold those rulers accountable. And far too often, it is those outside the continent that are making the decisions. And I think we have to begin to say we must demand a space where people are putting forward their demands, putting forward their needs, and having those needs met by those who are duly elected to represent them.
Thank you very much. And Marianne, of course, take it away.
Well, thanks, Shaka, and thanks to your guests. Now, just a reminder, we would like to hear from you. So drop us a line at africatv@voanews.com, and maybe your letter can be read on the air as our letter of the week. Our email address is africatv@voanews.com, or post your comment on our Facebook page. Just enter the keyword Straight Talk Africa. Also, you can find us on the web. Just log on at voaafrica.com. Now let's take a look at what's on tap for next week.